Welcome back, everybody, to Dan Has Fun. It's Daniel, playing more Humankind. The last couple of episodes have been a real smash and grab, in terms of, we were trying to think of a way to be able to declare war on the Dutch, and then the Dutch decide, hey, you don't want to give us a city that you've had for like 100 game turns? Sure, we'll declare war on you. Rather convenient for us, given we didn't have enough war support. This episode, I don't know what we're going to do other than watch them, decay to nothing. Apparently the Poles are now in the next era, so we are 1 star behind them. Not too big a deal. If we can kill 2 more military units, we'll actually get there straight away. We have an osmosis event straight away. Oh, okay, there it is. I was looking for a light bulb, but it's actually a civics osmosis. Do we want to... We don't care about that. Do we want to get scientific facts as compatibilism? If we do... I don't really want the -50 stability, though. I'm just going to say no anyway. Let's see what a mutiny is like in this game. I've not had one yet. We have Lemon Squeezy as our results from Hardtack and Weevils, which gives us more combat strength on 3 units for 10 turns. Who cares? That is incredibly underwhelming. Oh, a far more interesting looking event. The comet is coming. A great comet streaks through the heavens, stirring awe in all those who witness its iridescent passage. Your most obsequious? I actually don't know that word. Underlings immediately hail it as a symbol of your growing repute and magnificence. An astute astrologer, however, discerns that this is no new phenomenon. The exact same comet has been observed several times in recent centuries. We know this for anybody that's played Europa Universalis 4. That comet seems to show up every 10 years to knock it your stability. Anyway, we're not talking about EU4 today, so we'll move on. Whatever its origin, this singular astral spectacle must have an everlasting name bestowed upon it. What would be most fitting? So if we name it Vanity, we get cheaper units for 10 turns in terms of building them. Acknowledgement just gives us more science. And Genuflection gives us more faith. We wouldn't be calling it that because I don't think most of the population would know what that means. So we're just going to say Acknowledgement. Zeus, do you have anything that you can build right now that'll be of any use? Honestly, given their location, I'm tempted to just keep going for things that increase fortification or the ability to build. So we'll get that out of the way early. They are making really good food a turn, so I don't have to worry too much about that. This isn't a very good science location, is it? At least not right now. I'm going to do that because it actually makes our generic units that get built in defense when we're attacked stronger, the peasants, or whatever equivalent it is now in terms of your age. This is now fully healed. I'm going to put the stack over there so we can do a little bit of fog busting. There we go. Do we have anything else that needs to move? Yeah, this stack as well. We're going to put them together so they don't get, taken out piecemeal. I know, it's still... What a surprise. The locations that we took over are mutinous. I would not believe that ever. Honestly, though, in the next couple of turns, I think the Dutch are going to have to surrender to us. I don't think it's going to be of any relevance whatsoever. We might not actually get to see what a mutiny looks like. We're just going to have that station. That's fine. Considering this is your city on the border with the nation that you attacked, having a 2 stack of units is not great. Huh. Not sure what the game's thinking there. Any other units need moving? We actually have... Akkad needs to build stuff. Food's good. Looks like it's got good production. We should get a hamlet in, I would say. We'll put it on top. We'll want a couple more hammers rather than a couple more food. And then after that, what does Akkad want to focus on? I just want to see what kind of science we get. 7 science and a faith. Versus for gold. Wow, that's a big money tile. We're going to get I don't want to lose 25 stability to do that, but we are going to put down gold. Which city produces the most gold at the moment? Is it Akkad? No, it's Nemossos. So Nemossos is going to put the Taj Mahal down. We're going to put it... It needs to be next to a river, doesn't it? But I don't want to flatten a district for it. So let's put it... I don't know, that seems like kind of a nice place. We're going to obviously help Nemossos build that. What we're also going to do, first of all, is... We're going to build the hamlet first, and then start building the Taj Mahal. But yeah, we're going to probably use a couple of the cities, including Feng Hao, likely to help get that built. We'll put down a hamlet. What else do we want? So this city is the Science City. It's really pumping out a lot of science, but I don't believe it has any more science buildings to build right now. No, it does not. What else can it do? It's really, really poor for money. So we're not going to really focus on those buildings. But we will focus on production then. And then honestly, after that, we can go for... Because it's, you know, its stability is at 100, probably significantly above 100, honestly. Yeah, I mean, its stability is massive. We'll get down a couple more science quarters. Really try and pump out some science. We now have supply lines, which will give us a bit more food. Thoroughfares, just create roads between outposts, which is great. And we get +1 on our city cap, which will be very helpful. And yes, we're close to victory. And in terms of war resolution, actually, we're not just close to victory, we've won. We just have to pick what we want, because yeah, their war support now is 0. So we have 216, because we have 81 war support anyway. We had 65 at the time when the war began. We have a demand, so we get +10, and then you get 30 per captured city, and we have 2 of them, so that's where the 216 comes from. In terms of how we break this down, we can't keep both Kerma and Napata in full, because Kerma and Napata are both made up of 2 separate locations. We can't make them a vassal, they're slightly too big. We can't take Parsa because we didn't take it in general. So what do we want to take? So I think it's pretty obvious that we're going to take Napata because we never want to have to fight in this region ever again. So that's going to happen. And then I don't know if there's a way of seeing which region this is. Oh, I kind of like that. Makes the screen look a bit more wild, but I'm actually going to put that on. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, that'll work. This screen will tell you. So you can see in background there's writing in white. The writing in white is the actual region. So we're definitely going to take Napata, and we're going to take Cursor, because that's what it's built from. Cursor's the one down here. And then we have Kerma and Arneb. We can't afford both, but we can take Kerma, and then that would give us a war score of 214. We have 2 left, so he has to pay us like 40 gold, because anything left over gives you money. So we're just going to do that, force them to surrender. They want a non-aggression pact. I'm just going to say yes for now. Because, well, they're not worth attacking. So they're going to keep... So they just have Amsterdam and Parsa. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if Lyme turned its back on the Dutch and just ate Amsterdam. But right now, I don't care. So we are over our city capacity, which is not what we want to do. So what we're likely going to do is just blend Kerma into Napata. And that's going to fix that problem. How do we want to do it, though? Do we want to do Napata into Kerma, or do we want to do it vice versa? Let's have a look. I'm just going to pull up... So that's Kerma's stats output. And then Napata, I wish they were side by side, but they're not. Yeah, Napata does way more. Way more. Okay. So, we want to... Oh, do we not have the tech where cities can come together yet? It's not a big deal. When you go over the city cap, there is a penalty, obviously, otherwise there'd be no point. But you only get a penalty of 10 influence per turn. So I'm just going to leave it alone right now. It's not really that big a deal. We still have to pick a tech. If I search for absorb city, it put me here. Why am I not seeing what I'm looking for? Oh, absorb city, military architecture. Okay, we're going to do that and then we'll combine them together. That's fine. I was just having a blind moment. We all have them sometimes. So, in terms of what we're going to build then, so what do we have here that's worth, that's worth getting? We are going to definitely change it to expert policy off the bat. I'm going to do that over here to incur before I forget, because if I don't do it now, I won't. Okay, so they only have a population of 5, so it's not exactly going to be pulling up any trees for a while. It's still not bad. It's got quite good base stats, but it's not going to be anything like astonishing. But their stability is going to go up to 100%, which is fantastic. You will notice, though, there's a lot of grayed out options, and it's because while a city is very unhappy, it will refuse to build certain things. So you do have to kind of wait out, what your options are. But I'm just going to go for that in the meantime and just wait, because science is always good. Kerma is going to be in the same scenario. The only real difference is apparently they never improved that niter or saltpeter or whatever you want to call it in this game. So when I do that first, and then we'll just pump out some science buildings. We're probably not going to need to deal with that because I'm sure we're going to merge these together by before that point. But at least it'll stop it telling us we have to do something. And I guess this stack of troops now can move back to a CAD because realistically, we could attack Lime Green, but I'm going to wait for my other cities that I've just received very nicely from the Dutch. We don't want them to be mutinying and rebelling and fighting with us and all that stuff, right? So we got a ship, I guess, out of that, did we? Okay. I did not mean to click station. Meant to click auto explore. There we go. We got an agrarian star. Oh my word, I just keep getting more and more ships. It's endless. I don't need this many ships, but I guess we'll just auto-explore for now and just keep grabbing curiosities. It is nice, though. We have a couple of resources over here. There's an incense and a silk. So if I do get a scout up there, it's not just going to be a giant waste of time. We can enter a new era. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Actually, let's look at it now. I've changed my mind. Let's go take a look. What do we want to be? So, obviously right now with the Mughals, and if you stay the same again, you just don't get anything else, just more faith. Or fame. I always say faith because it's kind of the whitish yellow colour in this game, much like the fame indicator, so my brain's like, they're the same thing, but they're not. The Poles turned into the Zulus. Pretty terrifying for me, because they are all military the whole way. But we have options, so if we want some money and some industry, Siam's a pretty interesting pick. Russians are a bit of everything, really. I'm not a huge fan. Mexicans, all food related, which I do like agrarian stars, especially when I'm going to be building up new colonies, so it's interesting. Italians are about stability and influence. And I do like the Alpini, or the Alpini, because they can cross cliffs. It just makes them very versatile when you're stupid like me and you forget how to do things, I guess. Germans, well, production and the U-boat, but the U-boat's not going to be helpful on this map. The French are about science, which I do like, but eh. They give you the British, which is money and a bit of science as well. I do like the red coats as well because they can regenerate health when they're not in your land. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the Austro-Hungarians, who are predominantly influence-based. And they have a unit which I don't know how to pronounce. But they have a very interesting trait where they can ignore hostile zones of control, which is pretty awesome. But I think I'm going to play as the Italians, because we can just keep plobbing on with influence, because we're making a lot of influence a turn, and we can really hit those stars very, very quickly. So we're going to become Italy, and I'm going to shut up at the end of this turn, let the cutscene roll, and then we're just going to reconvene next episode. It's a little bit shorter this episode, but it seems like a nice, natural, point to stop playing for now. So if you do like the video, give it a like, subscribe if you want to. I'm going to end turn, let the cutscene run, and then let it trail out. Who needs cutscenes, eh? Worked like a glove before. Previous cutscenes worked fine. And then apparently today, no. So, I guess we didn't finish with a cutscene. I guess we're going to finish with the fact that we have 2 expedition stars, or expansionist stars, already. We're in the lead again. I guess we'll end on that instead. It's just going to be one of those days, guys. But yeah, if you did like the video, let me know. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Thank you for watching the video.